Okay, I wanted to give you a general information number for the American Red Cross. I don't know if we're able to put that up there. Perfect. So that's going to be manned, hopefully 24 hours a day. And so any other phone numbers that you might have seen coming around or anything else, this is going to be our latest information. And this is, you got to remember, Red Cross, even though we're here in Calaveras, we still consider Amador our neighbors. And if it stretches to Tuolumne, this is going to be our operations center. It's here in Calaveras.
Can you just clarify, if you are not needing to stay in a bed, is it helpful still to register with Red Cross? If you...
Yes, and especially if you're going to try to seek Red Cross assistance. Yes, ultimately, if you're going to try to seek Red Cross assistance, because that donated dollar, we're trying to protect that donated dollar.
Then you need to speak with the people at Frogtown and take them to register.
Okay, well, and again, those, you know, we were at Frogtown, and now we moved, and when we left from 200 and went to Valley Springs, unfortunately, we lost some folks that decided to go stay off on their own, and which everyone has that option to do, or now they found someplace local. So if you've already registered at Frogtown, so, and again, that next step for us, right now we're in response. When we do recovery, that's when we're into client services, and that's when we're going to be able to do whether financial aid, whether shovels, cleaning supplies, things like that, orchard supply, Home Depot, Walmart, buckets. You know, right now we're still in the response stage. But again, we need to have those numbers to validate our request later on. And Salvation Army, our partners, they're saying, how many people do you need us to feed? Well, all of a sudden, everyone's in the wind. If you guys need food, we have partners that are ready to feed.
Excuse me. You didn't mention Jackson Rancheria, but they're terrific. I registered over there.
Yes. Yeah. And again, so, and because this was more of a San Andreas meeting or Calaveras, so yes, but the Red Cross right now, our disaster operations center, our national response, even though we're based in Calaveras, we are handling both Amador, and so yes, there are shelters at the Rancheria, and there's a possibility that we're going to take over another shelter in Copperopolis. So, you know, again, unfortunately, some of these local churches, and they're all in great faith, you see these, hey, evacuation center, come here. If they're not a Red Cross shelter, and granted, the local churches can offer that, and that's great that they're a local community partner. But unless it's a true Red Cross shelter, that's the registration that we need or anything else.
Sir, okay, if we have someplace to stay already, do we need to register?
Yeah, ultimately, if you're going to need Red Cross assistance, we would need to have you documented. Thank you.
I want to thank Gals for, basically I gave him the microphone so he can relate to you a lot of what I was going to say, and he's taking care of that. But there are a couple things that I want to really stress. If there's anything about this tragedy to feel good about, it's our community. We have people who have just reached into their hearts and pockets, and we have private parties who will take horses in their pasture land and pets and places for people to go stay, and we should feel really, really good about that. And I sort of want to go back to what Kaz was getting at. And if you're hosting somebody or you have a place to stay, but you still were evacuated and don't know the state of the home that you left, be sure to contact the Red Cross. I know he said it already, but I want to stress it and get on their list, because it is that list that will help us qualify to help you going forward. And at this stage, as I said, we don't know where the assessments are at. We don't know how much help we're going to need, but we want everything that we can to help us get the help for all the people here. We are concerned about that. So thank you, Mr. Castillo, for what you said. I appreciate it.
Register right here.
You know what I'm going to do? We've got supervisors to go up to Bret Hart, so when this is over, I'm going to stay as long as you want, and I'll answer any questions and do my best to tell you everything I know. And I'll stay as long as you want me to. We've been very busy with a lot of the folks who've become some of our new best friends here behind us over the last couple days, and I've been asked to say something about social media. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with social media. It kind of reminds me when you went to a birthday party when you were little, you sat in a circle and whispered a secret, and by the time it got back to you, it was completely different than what you wanted it to be. There is a lot of information out there on it. It's very good info. But what I'm trying to do, and I know Supervisor Edson and Supervisor Oliver, we've inducted him too, is when we're hearing the things, we're doing our best to relate them, share them. What I'm relating is what I'm being told by the officials that are professionals in their field and know what to do. And I will share everything I can, try not to pull any punches, and let you know what's going on. And that's what I want to say about social media. I don't want to beleaguer the point because there's a lot to be told here. But if anybody wants to talk to me about that afterwards, or they want to know how to find me on Facebook, I'm glad to tell you how to do that. And as I said, everybody pat yourself on the back because we've got the warmest community on the face of the earth. Well, I suppose we all are. I'm not 100% sure I know what you're asking. Somebody from the county?
I have medication being mailed to Mount Ranch yesterday or today. I'd like to know about that.
You had what? I'm sorry.
Medication mailed to my house in Mount Ranch. Where will it be?
Where's the mail going? I'm also a disaster nurse for the American Red Cross, so there is a solution for you short-term wise. If you will go to a shelter and register, there's a nurse on duty. If you tell her your story that you've had medication mailed to your house, you're not able to get it, we can help you get your meds. Okay? Go to a Red Cross shelter.
Another reason to try to follow these processes. I know processes are funny sometimes, but there isn't a person up here that wants anybody out here to not be able to get the fullest attention and everything they can get. So there's a reason for this. John, can you come up for a second, please? I'd like to introduce John Garamendi Jr. We'll call him Jack. Okay.
I'm Jack Garamendi. My family lives around McCowney Hill, and I'd like to start by thanking all the responders, the police, the firefighters, and particularly my neighbors and friends. I've seen some incredible acts of courage and understanding, and I'm just so damn proud to be part of this community. Thank you all. I've been asked by the Department of Insurance to pass along a message. They will be following up after this disaster for those who have lost property, homes, and livestock. There's an insurance hotline. I don't know if we can put it up, but it is 1-800-927-4357. Again, 1-800-927-4357. They will be coming up and doing workshops after the crisis is over and as the recovery begins. A couple quick pieces of advice they want me to pass on. If you think you might be evacuated, put your important documents in a box, put it in your car, and then wait for the evacuation. If you think it might happen, just be prepared. Don't wait till the last minute. In all of your homeowners policies, you will find an allowance for relocation. So keep track of your receipts and your expenses so that if you've lost things, you can go back and get it. So keep track of everything that you're doing. And again, the hotline for the Department of Insurance is 1-800-927-4357. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. So next one, person we're going to come up and talk is Public Health and Linda Wynn.
I'm Linda Wynn, and I'm a public health nurse with the health department. I'm a public health manager. I'm also an evacuee. I'm right in the center of that whole thing, so I truly understand your anxiety and your frustration. I want to talk a little bit about the importance of having your evacuation plan in place. I cannot stress that enough. Identify your plan, identify where you all are going to meet in case you and your family get separated. Get your important stuff together, have it in your car, and have it packed and ready to go. If you're outside of that red line, don't think it won't happen to you. You will have very little time to get your stuff together. So if you want to do one thing while you're waiting, do that thing. The concern health-wise about the smoke is use your common sense. If you can see it, smell it, taste it, it's there. If you've got a chronic health condition, stay out of it. Even if you don't, avoid being in it as much as you can. That's the same thing goes for your kids, your pets. Cancel your kids going to soccer and playing. Just use your common sense about the smoke. I also want to talk a little bit about social services and the shelters. They are available with the Red Cross. There are some that are set up through private entities and through social services. It's not home, but they will make you as comfortable as possible with the resources that they have. You need to check on your elderly neighbors. You need to check on your neighbors, period, and make sure that they are okay. Calaveras has an aging population, and there are services being put in place for seniors. With that, I'd like to introduce Kathy Topol with Common Ground, who's going to talk a little bit about those services that are available for seniors.
Kathy Topol with Common Ground Senior Services. We're the provider of Meals on Wheels for Calaveras and Amador County. We've been here a real long time and we love our seniors, right? Right? All right. So we are working with the county to house older adults that are frail, sickly, that have been what are they called that? Displaced, thank you. Not dislocated, but displaced. And so if you are an older adult that needs assistance, I think he put our number up on the screen up there, and we are placing you in hotels. Usually we're giving you 3 nights and we're playing it by ear how we go from there. Also, we have air purifiers. For anybody that has chronic breathing problems, we can also help with those. Transports, we also can transport handicap. So if you're in need of any of that, again, our number's up there and you can give us a call. We're going to be manned today and tomorrow, and then we'll be back open regularly for Monday. Thanks.
Okay, so I'm going to ask that this is question and answer time, but I'm going to ask you to only ask questions for fire and police, because I want to get them back out where they need to be, okay? So fire and police only. If it's about anything else, please wait until after they're finished. So fire and police.
What's being done for control?
Hang on a second. I want to make sure that everybody can hear your question.
What's being done for controlling of looters?
They can't get in.
In response to looters, yes, the Sheriff's Office has received complaints. We do currently have active investigations